Good afternoon, ladies and gents, and unlike the other day, we're in luck today. The Church of St Mary at Hill is open, so we're going to have a tour of inside here. As the old adage, if at first you don't succeed, try again. We're on the new phone today, so... Oh well, yeah, you don't have to let me know about an improvement of quality, I can see that for myself. Okay. So it's the case of getting to learn to use the thing. It's got 4 different cameras on it that work as one, basically, so... That's the Church of St Margaret Patten over there, which is the one we done the other day. The Guild Church of the Patten, the Guild of Worshipful Company of Patten Makers. Church entrance. We did the churchyard and everything on my last one, which was a quick one, so we'll do inside the church. Then we can have a little potter in this courtyard after, if we fancy it. That's where I sat and sheltered from the rain the other day, in this little courtyard. Right. Here we are. Rectors of St Mary at Hill. The resurrection panel. This is a resurrection panel dating from the 1670s, which probably once stood at the entrance to the churchyard. It shows the large judgment as prophesied in the book of Revelations. A triumphant Christ tramples Satan underfoot as the dead emerge from their coffins to be judged. There are similar panels from the same period in the churches of St Andrew Holborn and St Giles in the Fields. Just pause and read. Or pause to read. That's that panel. Isaac Milner, late of London, merchant. He was third son of Isaac Milner of Whitehaven in the county of Cumberland, merchant. Mr. William Hillier, 1833. Sarah Phoebe, fourth daughter of the Reverend Charles Champness, AM, rector of this parish. She died the 21st of January 1837, aged 24 years. A little bit of stained glass. This church had a lot of restoration. John Crane, Esquire, late of Croydon in the county of Surrey. Many years an inhabitant of this parish, who died the 23rd of March 1823, aged 86, and lies interred in the south aisle of this church. For anyone that's interested, a free concert on Tuesday at 1:15. Luke has to work on Tuesday, so Mr. William Smith, or Smythe, late of this parish. He died on the 3rd of September 1726, aged 58. Oh, wow. I ummed and ahed about getting this phone, but it's a contract one, you see, because it's a brand new phone, and I couldn't afford a phone like that to buy. These are all ex-parishioners or past parishioners. St Mary at Hill for its existence. Pause to read, as I say. Faith, fire and fish. There was a church here on this site, from the 1300s, I believe, and it was burned in the fire, and then that was replaced, or heavily replaced and restored. Then that in itself was damaged, and the one we are in today has had a lot of restoration. In we go. That's very impressive, isn't it? The Royal Arms, this being a Church of England church, as I always say, as the Royal Arms to represent the monarch, who is the head of the Church of England. Plays drinks on the piano. It's a harpsichord by the looks of it. Oh look, got some beautiful stained glass.
Ukiwa na hiyo inakusaidia sana sababu sasa hivi dunia yote iko sawa. Kwa hiyo unafanya kazi inasaidia sana. Kuweza kuwa na time kwa kazi zako na minimize. Tuna watoto hapa kwa link pale pale unatumia tu share kwa ofisi kwa kazi.
Thomas Davil, late merchant in London, and Anna, his wife, daughter of Thomas Potts, Gent. Place the body of John Harvey, Esquire. And the font, of course, with a beautiful font cover. When fonts originally came about, they didn't really have covers, but they became more fashionable later on. A beautiful building, isn't it, this one? And as I always say, we're very lucky wherever we are in the world if we've got places like this to come and visit. See the handmade glass, the ripple in it? My other phone didn't pick that up. The glass may not be as old as the church itself, because don't forget, this area of London really had the life bombed out of it in the wars, both wars. So a lot of the glass is post First and post Second World War. And this one's 1850. Yeah, it's pretty old then. Well, near this place are interred the remains of the Reverend William John Rodber, late rector of the United Parishes of St Mary at Hill and St Andrew Hubbard, who was elected by the parishioners lecturer in the year 1819, and by the unanimous voice of the trustees was presented to the rectory in the year 1826. This monument is erected by his parishioners as a tribute of their affectionate regard to his memory and as a testament to the fealty and patience with which he discharged his ministerial duties, amongst them for 19 years. Mr. Rodber was also well known and justly esteemed as secretary to the Incorporated Society for the Enlargement and Repair of Churches and Chapels, and also as secretary to the Society for the Promoting of the Employment of Additional Curates in Populous Places, the duties of which he discharged with great zeal and ability. He died on the 24th of December 1843 in the 53rd year of his age. This was one of the gentlemen that I wanted to come and see, because a reason that a lot of our London churches survived fairly well is because of men like him. There we are. That's in Latin, so I haven't got much of a chance of translating that, I'm afraid. Timothy and Anne Baxter. This tablet is erected to the memory of Timothy and Anne Baxter by their daughter Emma. There's more beautiful stained glass here, look. Oh, that's better. The talent it takes to make these. An old memorial that's obviously got damaged, and there we are, they've left up on the wall. The unicorn. And over this side, we'll have a lion. rampant, and that's the arms of England.
tutahitaji tena au tumeisha?
Lazima sign up.
Here life interred the body of Mr. John Gregory of the parish of Merriott Hill. Departed this life something December 1791, aged 64. Also near this place lies the body of Mary. Something, can't see the surname, late wife of the above. John Gregory, who departed this life the 10th of September in the year of our Lord. Sorry, person's life, 10th of September. That's going to be 1808 or 1818 in the 63rd year of, in the 61st year of age, after a long and painful illness. Oh, bless her. So you can glean quite a lot about parishioners and people from the past from the gravestones as well. Here life interred the body of John William West, son of Thomas and Jane West of this parish. Died 25th of April 1768, aged 13 years. Also Jane, daughter of the above, Thomas and Jane West. Died 19th of December 1780, aged 20 years. Also Thomas West, merchant, father of the above. Obit, which means died in Latin, 7th of August 1784. Aatist, 64, that's age 64. Honestly, and punctually marked all his honesty and punctuality marked all his actions. Also Jane, the wife of Thomas West, who died 25th of February 1809, aged 78 years. This one's quite an old one. It's got the coat of arms in it there, look. Here lies the body of John Knapp, citizen, merchant of London, an ancient inhabitant of this parish, who died July the 1st, 1703. Wow, age 97 years, in the 97th year of his age. The son of Robert Knapp of, Mitchelham in the county of Suffolk, Gent. Also the body of Mary, the wife of Sir John Knapp, who died December the 19th, 1711, aged 59 years. She was daughter of Robert Browning of Willish something. It's probably going to be Willisham Hall in Ye County of Suffolk, Gent. Here lies the body of Mrs. Mary Pensacks, late wife of Mr. John Pensacks of this parish, who departed this life November the 22nd, 1748, aged 66 years. In the olden days, the 66 was known as the grand climactic age, because most people didn't expect to live beyond 66 years. Here life interred the body of Mrs. Sarah Easton, late wife of Mr. Deputy Charles Easton, who departed this life the 15th day of January 1778, aged 57. Also the above Mr. Charles Easton, who departed this life 20th of April 1786 in the 80th year of his age. That's a very good age for those days. dear. Mrs. Anne Savoury, wife of Mr. William Henry Savoury of this parish, who departed this life February the 12th, 1821, aged, I think that's either 39 years or 89 years. Affectionate, true and kind mother, and sincere friend. Also have 2 children of the above, named Mr. William Savoury, the above, named William Savoury, William, who departed this life March the 13th, 1826, aged 3 years and 9 months. Also George, who departed this life March the 13th, 1826. Oh, on the same day, oh my goodness. Aged 1 year and 5 months. Oh, they must have died of a disease or something. Oh, that's awful. Hiya.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just taking some pictures and things of the church. Is that okay, yeah?
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I come from Plaistow, East London, but I love churches, so yeah. All right, thank you. That's a harpsichord, that is. There we are, ladies and gents. That concludes our tour. Just on my donation, I was having a word with the lady. She said if I pop back another time when there's people around, you might be able to show me a little bit more about the church. And there's some more people buried out here as well. Will my flash come on? Don't really need it. Alive, the body of Richard Dean. Of Billingsgate. It's very worn away. Yeah. Is my way out? Is it? I don't know if I go out back through that way or whatnot. Anyway, let's turn that flash off. That's better. Yeah. That concludes the tour of the inside of the church. Look at this lock. I love things like this. That's some years old, isn't it? Just a little touch. I like things like that, as I say. That's it. It's a flash off. How long we've been? Not quite 30 minutes yet. You'll have the body of Mrs. Jane Quarrington, who departed this life the 9th of January 1764, aged 21 years. Also the body of, and that's been cut away, that one, to put this person standing. Here life interred the body of Mr. Daniel Stiff of this parish, who departed this life January the 11th, 1771, aged 66. Also the body of Mrs. Mary Stiff, who departed this life the 9th day of February 1780, aged 73. Also Mr. John, that's going to be B-U-R-S-T, so that's going to be Burston, probably. Nephew to the above, spelled N-E-P-H-A-E-U, who died the 23rd of June 1808, aged 66 years. Also, Mrs. Susanna, here we are, Burgess. There we go, that's going to be his wife. Burgess, his name was then. So, Mr. John Burgess. Wife of the above, John Burgess, died 23rd of May 1810, aged 69 years. Interred in the south east window of this church lies interred in a vault that he purchased in his lifetime the remains of Mr. Patrick Ross, many years an inhabitant of this parish, who died the 20th day of June 1769, aged 80 years. Also Mrs. Anne Ross, his beloved wife, who died. That's unusual to get beloved written at this time. It's quite unusual that. The 19th of March 1768, in the 84th year of her age. That's a very good age. Also Mrs. Susanna Susanna Jane, sister to the above Mrs. Anne Ross. Susanna Lane, sister to the above Mrs. Anne Ross. She died the something of June 1768, aged 79 years. Likewise, Mr. Robert Ross, who died the January the 23rd, 1779, in his 51st year. Also Mrs. Sarah Ross, wife of the above Mr. Robert Ross, who died 15th of August 1782, aged 57 years. And Mrs. Mary Ross, daughter of the above mentioned Patrick and Anne Ross, who died August the 21st, 1783. Also Mrs. Anne Ross, youngest daughter of Patrick and Anne Ross, who died the 19th of April 1811, aged 86 years. I won't do all of them because it's going to make the tour too long. Forster, surname is there, Mary Foster and Martin Foster, Samuel Ledbetter, late of London merchant. He was born at Ashington in the county of Chester and departed this life 5th day of January 1711 or 14 in the 67th year of his age. And it's got IB 1820, whoever that may be. And this one, where had so many people walk on it, is more or less worn away. James is Josiah is the top name. The rest of that's gone. Likewise, the body of Mrs. Mary Smith. So you're going to have Josiah and Mary Smith. Yeah, that's interesting. Church office, please knock and enter. Oh, they've got a toilet as well. I wonder if the toilet is open. Yes. nice here, my little pretty chickadee chose. It's probably going to take you down into the crypt, I should think. Yep, down into the crypt. That's interesting, isn't it? So yeah, that'll go down there. That'll be something for me to try and do another time. Don't want to take the wee because I am brand new to this church, so you don't take liberties like that when you're brand new to a church. Anyway, guys and girls, I hope you have all enjoyed this tour of the inside of the church. I'll give you a quick swizzle of the outside again quickly. Churchyard. Which is very nice. Into the belfry, bell tower. There we are. Alright, guys and girls, and that little plaque on the wall there basically declares that burials were banned in this churchyard dated from the 21st day of June 1846 because all the London churchyards became too full up and health hazards, and the Cemeteries Act was brought in, and that's when cemeteries were built, and they banned burials in pretty much all of the London churchyards, unless you had an old family grave with some room left in it, maybe something like that, or you were a much loved member of the clergy of that church or a church warden. It was more or less a no-no, so that's why we now have cemeteries. Anyway, guys and girls, I hope you all enjoyed the tour of the Church of St Mary at Hill. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Thank you all very much for watching.